3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling calm to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1162. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and would like to help support it, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting the subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. If you do feel called to subscribe and stick around, welcome, and thank you very much for your support in helping me reach 300 subscribers at this time, as well as your presence during this reading. There could be somebody here watching this video or this reading who is feeling tired or sad or both. And I feel like, it's okay to give yourself permission to feel these things. And I mean to really, really feel them and to allow yourself to sit in them fully for some reason. Maybe you just really deserve to be so present with yourself right now and to be a comforting force in your own life. This feels like a call for you to show up for yourself with care, patience, and grace. Especially if you feel like you aren't receiving patience, care, and grace from somebody else or some other situation. Getting into interpreting 1162. I just had a bird there. So maybe that could be a sign of someone or something that needs to be released, or it could be more specifically a certain way of thinking, feeling, or believing that needs to be released or transmuted or changed, transformed in some way. But there are 2 ones in 1162. And for me, the number 1 is about having trust and faith. This could be about having trust and faith in yourself, the universe, whatever is possible for you, or someone or something else. Especially if you are looking for clarity. There may be some childhood memories that you are reflecting on because of this sadness or exhaustion. The number 6 is encouragement for you to really just love and take care of yourself right now and in general. Don't allow yourself to hate and neglect yourself right now and in general. This could be a call for somebody to commit to showing up for themselves with love and care, and fully walking away from the temptation or the desire to be destructive towards yourself, to make things harder for yourself than they need to be. Again, I'm really feeling into this idea or energy of grace and just really allowing yourself to slow down and be present. Maybe even feel grounded. Number 2 can be confirmation of a significant relationship or situation that is on your mind right now. And I just saw a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason with the number 4, 5, 6. The number 2 can also be confirmation or guidance for you to be very wise with your decisions right now. Make sure you are protecting your peace, your investments, and what truly means the most to you in terms of yourself and other people or situations that you really care about and want to protect. This number is about not messing around with your own discernment and your own judgment. It's like, just taking your decisions seriously, not so seriously that it's like crippling, but not so unseriously either that there's just chaos. Just a healthy level of care for your own decisions, your own peace, and whoever or whatever you're trying to invest in and grow. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 6 is 8, and 8 plus 2 is 10. I have 2 messages with this number 10 here. The first one is your spirit guides wanting you to know that they are present here for you. They could be trying to communicate with you and really making their presence known. I feel like they, are always wanting to connect with you when you need to, or even just when you want to, for funsies. They also bring the specific message to have trust and faith, reinforcing what we already talked about with the 2 ones closer to the beginning of this video. Have trust and faith in yourself, in the universe, what's possible, or just some sort of process you're going through, or something that you are working on. Overall, this number 1162 has, as we just talked about, been encouraging you to have trust and faith. It's also been encouraging you to just really have a gentle, patient kind of love and care for yourself right now, to be a supporter for yourself rather than trying to, tear yourself down or destroy yourself or sabotage yourself in some way. Don't feel tempted by the devil here. And this could be a biblical sense, it could be more metaphorical. For me, the devil represents desires, like feeling like a slave to your desire, temptation, materialism, feeling trapped or bound in some way. Don't lock yourself in a prison, especially mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Yourself freely. It almost feels like there's a need here to free yourself from a negative way of thinking that is not very honest or really fair to yourself. This number has also encouraged you to be very wise with your decisions and know that your spirit guides, whatever higher power you believe in, is here to support you and is always open and wanting and desiring to communicate and connect with you. And in particular, they really want you to ground yourself in trust and faith right now, and maybe just in general in life, because you deserve to move through life with confidence in who you are and where you're going. So on the table here, we have the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot, and these here are just index cards that I made and wrote on myself. And I am going to start with the tarot cards here. I'm going to draw out 2 of these cards. Well, no. Actually, I want to draw out just 1 of them. And then I'll do 2 of the index cards. With these cards in general, I'm going to take a deeper look, at what we've already talked about and or things we haven't talked about yet. It could really just be someone or something that needs to be released. I'm just really feeling connected to this idea of freedom right now. Something we all deserve, Something that sometimes can only be given to us through our own decisions. We have the 6 of Swords in reverse, upright. It says getting back on track, difficult time, and setbacks. As I said, I do only want to pull 1 of these tarot cards. Let's go ahead and draw out these 2 index cards here before I start talking about the 6 of Swords. I did feel connected to the 6 of Wands and the 6 of Cups. So hopefully I remember that when I start talking about this card. So the first index card I have says, I'm moving forward and I'm really trying to let go of things that no longer serve me. It's an interesting card to be paired with 6 of Swords in reverse, because 6 of Swords is all about resistance and holding on. We have, I miss you so much. Yeah, I really do feel like there's something emotional about this reading, what you're feeling, or something that you are going through, and it's not really super heavy, but it definitely hits deep, if that makes sense. Maybe there's something here about somebody taking advantage of your weaknesses, your vulnerabilities. This could have happened in the past, it could be happening right now, or it could be something that you need to be mindful of to protect yourself from in the future. But the 6 of Swords here, as I already said, really is about resistance. And the Swords, it's all about your mind, your psychology, your emotions. Well, I kind of interpret, the Cups more with emotions. So yeah, let's stick with thoughts. They can be connected to your emotions, though. Very much connected to your emotions. Mentally, there's a certain thought or perspective that you're clinging on to, or you're holding on to for some reason that is really making you feel stuck or stagnant. And it feels like it's with a specific or situation, like a specific relationship or something specific that you are going through. It doesn't feel like a general theme or anything like that. There's a specific thought, a specific relationship, or a specific situation or idea, a specific hope that maybe needs to be released, which would make sense with this sadness coming through. I did say that I felt connected to the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Cups really is about memories, reflecting on the past, and as I said before, it could be about childhood, but it could also be about something else that just brings you sadness. It doesn't necessarily feel like intense grief, but like I said before, it still feels like it hits deep, and it's really sad. And like I said before, I really encourage you to just let yourself sit in this sadness. Not to dwell in it, but just to allow yourself to really express it and get it out and reflect on what you are feeling. It is important to let go, but don't force it or rush it either. It's okay to stop time for a second. You know, like, you don't have to rush forward with anything or move on if you're not ready to. All that matters is that you just intend to, and you are working towards making that happen. And this idea of I miss you so much, maybe it is at one point you did feel intense grief about this, but it's not as strong as it used to be. But as I said, for like the third time, it definitely hits deep. And it's okay to miss somebody. This could even be about somebody missing you, where the feelings are reciprocated, but there might be a mutual understanding here where it's better to be apart than to be together. And this doesn't have to be in a relationship context. It can just be about a connection in general. It just, again, really just be kind to yourself right now. It's okay to let yourself resist a little bit, to be a little stubborn, but don't cling on to that or to make it your identity or let it define your future. Just as I was about to mention the number 6 here, 6 minutes into recording this section of the video, I already said that the number 6 is about loving and caring for yourself, consciously choosing to love and care for yourself, and consciously choosing to not be destructive toward yourself or your own worst enemy. If you feel like you need to be heard or seen by the universe or a force greater than you or anyone, any human, didn't I say, let me think for a second. Yeah, I did say the number 10, your spirit guides are present with you. You don't have to go through this alone. You don't have to use your own inner compass to find the answers that you need. It's okay to be guided and to ask for help, whether it's in a reading, in a personal conversation with your own spirit guides or tarot cards or whatever. Just know that the universe wants you to move on. And, you know, with self-love rather than self-hate. The universe, spirit guides, do not want you to let this pain or suffering to define yourself or what happens moving forward, because pain is not who you are. Maybe this could be an opportunity to better understand yourself on a deeper level, but overall this reading has encouraged you a little bit to have more trust and faith in yourself, and in particular for this reading, I feel like it's more about the universe and what's possible for you to help you move on from someone, and to really, just allow yourself to let go and be accepting of the way that things are, knowing that things are meant to be this way. There's a reason, and you can find that reason within yourself. You can ask the universe to reveal it to you, or you can just trust that it's there and that you don't have to know everything to have that trust. It's very, very, very clear that it's so important for you to love yourself, be patient and understanding towards yourself right now, and definitely don't rush into any decisions. If you should be making any decisions right now, it should be in terms of your peace. Choosing peace over chaos. And again, your spirit guides, if you're comfortable, they're totally open to connecting with and working with and supporting you right now and always. The cards on the table are showing me somebody who is in a state of grief. And it can be strong, it just doesn't feel like it is. And it's okay to just let yourself sit in the sadness. It's okay to not be okay right now and to miss somebody. And I just really like how this card up here says I'm moving forward and I'm really trying to let go of things that no longer serve me. So I don't really feel that whoever's watching this video is intending to be their own worst enemy or destructive towards themselves. If anything, it does feel like confirmation that moving forward and letting go are the right thing to do, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. It just matters that that's your intention and that you are actively trying to move on and let go and just give yourself the closure and the peace and the love and the trust and the faith and even the spiritual connection that you deserve to have with yourself and the universe. you.